Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Ba-ba-bum. Oh, shit. That's not a proper screen that wants to work. It's all frozen. God damn it. I had a feeling. Got to this. Do do do. Do. There we go. That should at least fix that issue. Cool. Yeah. Man, oh man. Hey, buddy. Oh, you sweet thing. Look at you. Oh, you're just so cute. Sit. Up. Ooh. Oh, good boy. Oh, adorable little thing. Adorable little thing, Zukov. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Zukov? Can I help you? Can I help you, baby? Oh. Look at that little tail go. Here, buddy. Well, you didn't really... Okay. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for you to do, but that works. Oh man. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, can we not keep yawning? Jesus. I'm just starting this shit. Why we have any yawning? Motherfuck. Too much absurd yawn. Oh, I guess Demon Mom's still streaming. Is she doing the fucking Kiev watch or something? Ah! Don't drop that. Let's actually kind of keep some tabs a little bit with some of the news going on in the last couple hours, and honestly, especially up overnight, it seems like, if anything, things have not only been relatively okay, but have actually improved in some factors and some variables on the ground. So if that actually is the case and there's some truth to that, then if anything, honestly, this whole fucking war that's going on might not be as, like as horrible of a fucking outcome as it might look. Because I know a lot of people are, I mean, even to myself, are kind of worried about, like, potential global and nuclear conflict, but considering, what's being, kind of what I'm at least, finding informational-wise, it seems like there's, not really as much fear as I thought with it. I mean, Ukrainian forces are holding, very strong, for some time here now, at least concurrently. So, and like I said, if anything, I've actually made some progress on some elements, all in all. So, like I heard, they were able to repel some attacks and even regain some elements of territory. So, that's definitely all in all pretty good. But hopefully we won't necessarily be talking too much about that tonight. I've already been talking about it for quite a while. I'm imagining it's going to be very, very difficult to not talk about it. Here, I actually want to kind of look at the live universal map update. See if there's any new information so far. Looks like the latest is just that Moscow's begun moving reserve units to the borders. I mean, that's really nothing new there. Yeah, Doc at High Seas MC, what's up? Just kind of keeping a little bit of updates of what's going on right now currently. All in all, honestly, I don't know if you've been keeping tabs
for any reason,
shut up, Ad. I don't know if you've been keeping any updates or tabs. I mean, I've been going on the group chat and putting some anyway. But there's been actually a lot of somewhat relative progress, all in all. And actually, I heard there was some major dents into the Russians with the IL-76 that I was referring to in the last post I made. Because it wasn't one, it was two. And those aircraft can carry over 100 paratroopers at a time, plus equipment. And 2 of them were shot down. That's over, like, if you think about it, that's over 200 dudes just dead. So, I mean, Russia is fucking up real bad. Like, militaristically, strategically, morale-wise, just across the board, they are fucking up. And honestly, it's making me feel a little bit more like, okay, maybe it won't escalate super badly in comparison. Like, I feel like it's still going to be kind of a losing fight, you know, for Ukraine, especially if reserve troops, you know, start to move in. But there's so much anti-war sentiment and so much of this, like, lack of incentive in general that I don't think that's going to really fucking matter. Like, the Ukrainians have all the incentive in the world to, you know, be fighting. Russians don't. So, it's basically a war of attrition, and honestly, the attrition isn't necessarily into supplies. It's in their, you know, really just their, like, overall feelings and, you know, how they feel about doing it and going to war. And there just doesn't seem like there is. It is very, very lackluster at best. Like, just a disorganized mess at best, and just a chaotic fucking disaster at worst. But also, from what I understand, there's like a NATO, like, surveillance aircraft, like an E-3, like, satellite aircraft that it's like one of those things that has, like, the little radar dish thing on the top of it. That was flying near the Polish border too, so it was kind of keeping tracks of, you know, movements on the ground and shit like that. Kind of giving some information to Ukrainian troops too, which is also probably helping them. On top of just all the supplies they're getting, Javelin, Strela missiles, Saint Strela and Saint Javelin, man. But all in all, like, I mean, now that, like, especially overnight, and not being too much progress, and now there's, like, I remember yesterday, around this time, things were starting to kind of pick up again, and there's just shit. It's quiet before the storm shit, like, I know that much, but I'm kind of wondering, like, how bad is that storm really going to be? Like, I'm really starting to, you know, undermine, you know, the true power of, like, the true power of what, you know, the Russian military really has to offer. At least in this case, because they don't feel incentive to show it. Besides fucking up. And if it's true about those 2 IL-76 aircraft that got shot down, then that is a very significant, like, disastrous, you know, situation, you know, for the Russian side of things. Because that's a lot of their troops that are just, I mean, not just any casual soldiers, these are paratroopers too. Like, these are some of the more, like upper crustier type of soldiers. They're not your typical, like, grunt on the ground. Like, these guys get more specially trained, and they have more, like, I want to say elite training, but they're more specialized and are a lot more capable of combat versus, like, just some random grunt that's recruited. So, like, even for them, like, like, when you got some of your more elite units getting fucked over in comparison to the rest of your troops there, that's a problem. And that is bad. I guess, I mean, all in all, and I mean, it's good, I guess, because, I mean, it's just, you know, less advancement on Kiev and on Ukraine, but at the same time, it's just like, if you're thinking about it outside of that perspective, just on kind of a strategic level, that is bad. I mean, you just lost a chunk of manpower right there that could have been very useful. Like a big chunk. Gives girly be bobbed right out. It's been shit from the beginning. Yeah, it honestly has. And I'm gonna try to find a live stream here. This Nemeco network's still doing its thing. Oh no. It was just a poorly planned blitzkrieg. So, yeah. Could it even be called a blitzkrieg? It never really felt like one. I mean, when you're so shit at a blitzkrieg that people have to look at your blitzkrieg and wonder, was that a blitzkrieg? Because I'm looking at their little blitzkrieg and thinking that was the biggest fucking joke I've seen for, like, a blitzkrieg. I've seen better blitzkriegs from football teams, damn it. I mean, it's like, man, just pathetic. I mean, because also, Russia has this, like, massive, like, major strongman type of veneer, especially about their military. I mean, even if you look at, like, some of their ads and propaganda when it comes to it. And it's just like, really? Really? Y'all getting bitch made. It's like, wow, it's... I'm not against it, because, I mean, it just shows how, you know, diligent and how, you know, stern and strong that the Ukrainians are willing to hold the fucking line. And not, you know, give a single inch. The only front Russia had major success so far has been the Belarusian front. They've been bogged out elsewhere. Yep. Which is what I've been keeping tabs with. That northwestern Belarusian front, that the last thing I was updating, like, that's, like, where Chernobyl is. Like, I'm actually pretty confident about where their little FOB is for the northwestern region. I can pull the map up here. So... All this right there, oh, hold on, I need to, come on, screen. Come on, screens. Come on. There we go. Yay, okay. So, all that right there in the center is Kiev. And I'm pretty sure, like, the main front lines right now at this point is pretty much, like, right around this little general vicinity. And I'm not too sure about if Vyshegorod over here is under Russian or Ukrainian hands, but I'm pretty confident that this airport right here, Hostomel, is their FOB. Their main residents, Kiev, are armed to the teeth. Yep, literally the Ukrainian border, like the Ukrainian National Guard and the Ukrainian military forces, just started asking civilians, like, hey, if you want to fight, here's a gun. Like, basically any civilian and any citizen of Ukraine, that in Kiev especially, that just walks up to a soldier and says, you got a spare gun, they'll give it to him. In fact, Ukrainian TV has been teaching civilians on how to make Molotov cocktails. So that's pretty fucking based. It's like, here's how you make a Molotov cocktail. First, you get a bunch of gasoline and diesel fuel, mix it, you know, get that all together, get a nice weak little glass bottle of some sort, stick a cloth wick in it, and light it up and chuck it. It's like, awesome. I mean, it's like I mean, the Ukraine government definitely fucking around with it. But yeah, like as far as I'm, as far as I'm concerned, it seems like the main front has mostly been just up in here. They're also trying to recruit ex-military people from the rest of Europe. Yeah, like they've said, if anybody wants to come to Ukraine and volunteer their time and services to come help us and fight for us, come along. And like they've, so I'm sure there's probably like, volunteer battalion, like groups of volunteers probably, mostly in the West, I'd imagine. Because you have to think about it, like there's no way to really get into Ukraine if you're like, a foreigner trying to help to fight for them and shit. So the only real way would be either through Poland or through fucking Slovakia, Hungary, Romania maybe. Like, people would have to take, flight into one of those places and then either hitchhike or, catch a ride and, and cross the border and then just find some military troops and just go from there, I guess. I wouldn't know how that process would work besides just doing that. These fucking ads, dude.
Cancel it.
Fuck your ad. Fuck your ad. Bitch. Anyway, but there might have been trains going between the border and Kiev still. You might be right. Like the southern rail line right here. Like I'm looking at this rail line right here. Vishnev, Borica. Where does it go? Fastiv. And it looks like there's different rail lines that go west. Yeah, it looks like there's different ways that you can, get to Kiev. Yeah, there's different rail lines, but it's fucking dangerous. I mean, to take rail lines where there's a risk of, probably railroads getting attacked, yeah. There's also a power plant way up here to the northeast, and I know there's been heavy fighting going on up here as well. Because the initial idea was the Russian forces were going to try to blitzkrieg Chernihiv and all these other cities, and then those forces, moved down. I mean, you can see what they were trying to do here. Like, they had a push here and then push to the west there a little bit to Chernihiv. And basically, have this little region and then take this highway all the way down, which goes right into northeast side of Kiev right there. So, I can see what their strategy was, and it fucking failed. We're being evacuated by rail from Kiev to Poland to Romania. I would assume the trains would return to Kiev for foreign volunteers. Yeah, true. Honestly, I haven't been hearing too many updates on the eastern or southern sides. Like, I don't know what's going on here with Mariupol, because from my understanding, that town is surrounded, and it might have been captured, because I keep seeing videos that coming out of Mariupol from right over here, of Russian forces occupying the city. So I have a feeling that Mariupol has been captured and they advance a little further from there. But over here in the west, there's still heavy fighting going on in Kherson, and they haven't made much advancements. But from my understanding, they did retake back these bridges. And in fact, near Odessa, there was I think right here. Yeah, there was it was this one. Okay, well. Yeah, from 8 hours ago. Connecting Odessa, Mykolaiv. So. But also, from what I understand, there was another bridge, and I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but there was Russian forces that were pushing the bridge hard, and there was a Ukrainian soldier that was in the middle of the bridge planting some mines and some C4 charges and shit like that, and basically to blow up the bridge had to kind of blow himself up, but I don't know if that's confirmed yet, or confirmed at all. I just been kind of hearing about that a little bit occasionally and seen the video of the bridge being destroyed, but not necessarily like I guess you want to see a body, I suppose, but I mean it's hard to, I guess, confirm a report like that. and the world must be prepared for a long war in Ukraine. Well, nah, no shit. Like, this ain't gonna fucking... Like, this ain't gonna, you know, be a week. It's gonna be a while. Moment of the strike on a building in Kiev. Wait, what? Where? Right here? Here, let me click that. Oh. Oh shit! Whoa! Jesus, dude! Damn! Oh, here's the aftermath right here. Holy shit, look at that. Wow, dude. So this must have just happened, like, minutes ago. Hope the fuck nobody was in there. I seriously hope nobody was in that building. Another video of the aftermath. Okay. Ukraine citizen moving in the south, removing the Russian flag in Chaplinya in southern Ukraine. So this is happening where Chaplinka? Oh, here, where the fuck would that be? Southern Ukraine, huh? Chaplinka, some village, I'm guessing. It's probably occupied Russian territory. Here, let's see. Probably way down in here. Nah, it won't be in Crimea. It'd probably be somewhere around this region, maybe. Nah, hold on, it could be over here. Southern Ukraine. I'm not seeing it, huh? Must be one of those tiny villages. Yeah. Oh, maybe it could be near Odessa, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Nah. Nah, I'm not seeing it. Nah, whatever. Must be one of those tiny villages. There's a small group of Ukrainian soldiers who are blown up after telling an entire Russian ship to fuck off out of surveillance. Yeah. Yeah, the Battle of Snake Island. Yeah, that was way over here. That happened right here. Basically, the Russian vessel was saying, we prefer not to open fire, but we will open fire if you don't surrender. And the audio was like, well, this is it. Should I tell him to go fuck himself? And there was a lady in the background just like, just in case. He turns up the volume of his speaker and he says, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. I mean, it's just like, I love it. That was awesome. I mean, it kind of shows, I think the incentivization to fight, between the two sides. You have, like, the Russians like, hey, can you surrender, please? So we don't have to fire on you? Thanks. And they're like, fuck you, you invading fascist pieces of shit! And then they're just like, well, I guess we're gonna have to fire on them. Alright, get the deck guns, I guess. I mean, it's like they're not exactly too incentivized to really be fighting and shit. They're just like, hey, can you, surrender, please? No? Okay, I guess we gotta have a battle. They're not incentivized in this shit. They really aren't. Like, cause a lot of videos I do see when it comes to altercations or interactions when they happen to be talking to each other or there's communication, there's just a major difference of, like, tone, emotion, and just, between either side on that. There just is a major difference. And I think it just kind of shows that, like, you got one side who's willing to, obviously fight to defend, their country from being fucking invaded, and then you have, another side who's just basically being cannon fodder for some, fucking autocratic fucking fascist piece of shit that's, making this his fucking war. So, I mean, even from what I understand, like, there's even been, like, dissent within, like, Russia's own internal government a little bit about this. Like, this is not looking good on us. We should probably just stop this while we're ahead. Because this is kind of an embarrassment. This is bad. Like, they're not exactly too keen on the fact that it's been such a disaster. And yet Putin's still wanting to firmly keep going with it. I wonder if it has to do with his age, too, because he is coming of age a little bit. He's getting old. So I'm wondering if I wonder if it's like him also losing some of his marbles a bit and starting to be, like, senile and shit. And it's just starting to be not just, like, some cold, calculated fucking, autocrat, but, like, just a, just senile, isn't really thinking, like, too calculative about shit, and it's just irrationally fucking impulsively just doing shit now. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, that just doesn't look good. Even to some of your more loyal followers. Because at least the phenomena of defending Putin and all that shit is not the same way of, like, someone like Trump, for example. He has nowhere near the same amount of support. So, this type of shit doesn't exactly seem, like it's going to be doing too many favors for him, even in his own internal affairs. And honestly, I don't know what's been updates about protests in Russia, at least for anti-war protests and shit, but considering that more anti-war sentiment is growing, I'm just assuming that they are themselves too. So, all in all, like, now that I'm really starting to think about it when it comes to, like, World War III, well, like, I'm starting to think it's not as likely as it seems. Like, just considering, what, is known so far. Yeah, at least when you, pick out all the muck out of it. And all the, propaganda bullshit in between everything. It's okay. What you doing, boy? Honestly, I think it was last night or really early this morning, but I could have swore I remember hearing, like, a confirmation about, eventually, Putin and Zelensky potentially meeting and having a talk, or at least having a, some sort of a phone call or some shit. They're just, I think at this point, trying to think of a time and place, which I guess that could fucking mean anything. But if that ends up continuously being a thing that is committed to, then maybe there might be, some sort of a, like, pressure on, Putin at this point, to withhold it, withhold this fucking, shit and stop, but who fucking knows? I mean, considering, with him and his fucking actions. But at the same time, how lackluster and fucking, his whole, like, attempt was in the first place. I think that's the guys by Russia. I doubt anything will come of it. Yeah. All in all, like, I have very high doubts. As of 9 minutes ago, Zelensky says weapons en route to Ukraine after Macron call. Ukraine's president says that the anti-war coalition is working. I like how he's just doing all this, whilst in Ukraine. He's not, like, hiding off in, Poland or in Brussels or some shit. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to stay in Ukraine and have a gun by my side, while I'm handling the affairs of my country. Because I might need to pick this gun up at some point. It's like, by the way, other people, Quit asking if I want to ride. Give me guns and bullets. Like, that's just what he's, you know, wanting now at this point. It's like, you know what? I mean, at this point, give it to him. Well, I'm okay with, you know, at this conjuncture, my whole, like, don't give him, you know, like, lethal aid or whatever. It's like, at this point, sure, just, I don't want, you know, actual, like, bodies, you know, being added, unless, you know, people are volunteering themselves. But, you know, when it comes to at least, you know, the aid and shit, at this point, you know, let them have it. Because they're doing a pretty goddamn good job at holding the line with it, so keep them supplied with javelins and strellas and shit like that. You know, because they're gonna need it. You know, especially when they're kicking ass with them as it is. I mean, that's why there's the whole Saint Javelin meme. Oh shit, the Ukrainian army is in full control of over a Kiev hydro power plant. So, more good news, as of 7 minutes ago. Which is by Vishrogrod. So, I guess that answers my question about whether Ukrainian forces have Vishrogrod north of Kiev. They do. As of just now. More positive news, honestly. So, I mean, all in all, it seems kind of like a calm before a storm type of shit right now, but it seems like things are kind of looking up to Ukraine's favor right now. So, I mean, it was a shock initially, but I think now that, you know, things are starting to, like, settle a little bit as, you know, battles rage on and shit, now things are starting to look like, oh, it's not as bad as it is. You know, we're able to hold out. I mean, it's bad no matter what, but, I mean, the fact that they're able to, you know, keep the pressure up and, you know, repel a lot of these constant attacks over and over and over again. I mean, I think that just, you know, kind of brings more reassurance in my mind. I mean, at the same time, you know, Putin's, you know, like, antics are also going to become a lot more harsher. Like, there's going to be a lot more brutal assaults and more attacks and more buildings like that one earlier that we saw getting hit with rockets and shit. Like, I mean, there's going to be more of that as, you know, this war drags on. So, the sooner it comes to an end, the better. Yeah, buddy? You want a little tweet? War crime right here. What's this? Reportedly outskirts of Kiev. Oh, I already saw that. Yeah, I've seen this. I saw this earlier today. And the driver was alive. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. She survived. Honestly, I'm wondering how she even did in the first place, to be honest. I mean, it looked like the driver is, like, somehow got, like, nestled in the, like, in between the dashboard and the seat, and just kind of was, like, in this like, little, like, in this position or something, where it's like, well, I'm in this, like, little, like, position, I guess. I'm just kind of nestled here now. He's all pulling the door while she's watching him. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different angles. Like, I saw it earlier when it initially popped up on my feed of stuff that was when I was watching shit, and I didn't pull it up, and I all in all, I still don't even want to pull it up, because it's, like, literally a fucking war crime. I mean, I saw the video on YouTube, so I mean, at least when I initially saw it, but, I at least didn't want to take the chance. But, yeah. There's definitely been all sorts of different little incidents like that popping off and shit occasionally. I think that happened, yesterday, though. or I guess for me, technically, earlier this morning when I woke up. But for Ukrainians, yesterday, I guess. But time zones are fucking weird. I mean, I was just kind of saying, at least for like the last 30 minutes, I mean, despite these different little things like that and shit, I mean, considering how, like, just horribly, like, lacklustery and fuckety the, you know, overall blitzkrieg and shit itself is, and if anything, there's been repellings of a lot of attacks and actually been retaking some different sites as well, like the hydro dam north of Kiev, east of Vyshgorod, or Vyshgorod. I'll pull it up on the map. But as of like 15 to like 10 minutes ago, like pretty much like just now, like Ukrainian forces is in full control. So yeah, Kiev all right here and shit, and there was also a missile strike on a building right here that we were checking out. That was pretty fucking wild. And overnight, there was a lot of heavy fighting going on here near at the zoo, dude. Like, are these hospitals? I guess. Pushkin Park, the zoo. Oh, really? They got a... Really? Poetica? Huh, their layout where their zoo is in Kiev, it kind of reminds me of Portland a little bit. Like with our park, with like the Rose Garden and shit like that and all that. Like, I'm kind of feeling a similar vibe. Oh, there's another park next to... Yeah, they got a bunch of parks next to their zoo, kind of like we do here. Oh. Yeah, well, there was a lot of heavy fucking firefighting going on there last night. Though, as of this point, don't know what's happening now. Here, we'll do this. Let's see. Refresh. Bridge on MO6 Highway Kiev has one near Stoyenka blown up. So another way to prevent Russian movements. Strategic infrastructure destruction. Oh, way off to the west. So I'm thinking because a lot of the main front lines, especially near Hostomel, are right here, mainly at MO7. They're knowing that they're going to try to move south and take these highways, so they're blowing that bridge, and I guarantee you they're going to hit this one next, P30. They're going to hit that bridge next. Or very shortly here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a report that this bridge is hit too. Just to continue halting a lot of the different Russian movements. So, I mean, all in all, a lot of the main, like, progress going on is mostly here in the northwest, on the northwest side of Kiev. That's where a lot of their shit's going on. I'm pretty sure the FOB for the Russians is right here at Hostomel, at this airport. I'm pretty sure that's their FOB. If I had to take just a random guess, like, I'm 99% sure that's where the main field base of operations are at. At least for the Russian side, because it's close enough to the front lines and communications wide and shit like that. So, and plus, perfect spot for them to get supplies put in, because it's an airport. Helicopters are stationed there, and there was helicopters sighted in leaving that area, going towards Kiev.
One-stop smart trading
and
platform.
Fuck you, ad.
For technical investors.
Shut up, you bitch. Fucking, I gotta get that remove advertising thing off of there just so I can get these goddamn ads out of there. Because it will do that, like, I think, like, I'm starting to think, like, every 10 minutes or some shit. But it is most certainly annoying. But, yeah. I'll say all in all, I mean... So do it, lol. I mean, I only got the app just so I can keep tabs of this whole like Russia-Ukrainian thing. And honestly, I don't give as much of a fuck about the ads when I'm not doing these. Follow your Nike, just do it. I mean, I gotta scrounge every buck I got. I can't be $2 a month away. I can't be doing that shit. Ooh. Yeah, at least, you know, for now, I'm feeling pretty reassured a little bit, you know, with the conflict going on over there in Ukraine right now. Just considering a lot, especially lately in the last 24 hours of the different news that's been coming out, because it's been a lot more positive than negative for Ukraine, at least currently. Obviously, it's war, shit changes, you know, and things will develop, you know, probably drastically depending on how things go, but seems like things are looking up for Ukraine right now. So, it's like, yay. Doesn't feel as doomery. Can I help you, Zukov? He's just looking at me so handsome like. Come here, baby. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Zukov, come here. Oh my god. Come on, bro. Zukov. Zukov. Quit staring at me like that. Come here. Up. Oh my god, you silly little butt. You silly little goofball. What you sniffing at, huh? Oh, you sweet baby. Look at his little ears. Well. What was that? What the hell was that? You staring at something? What do you see? What do you see over there? Hmm? Hmm? Got a little bit of sleep in there. Here we go. Oh, sweet little. You sweet little. What are you doing? I'm just scratching your little chest, and you're just like trying to lick my hand. Seriously? My goodness, you sweet baby. Are we just chilling here? Is that what's going on? Are you just plopped here right now? You goofy boy. You goofy boy. Can I help you? Need something? You're such a goofball. You're just a little goof. Look at you. You're ridiculous. You're absurd. You're an absurd boy. No, for real though, do you like really need something? You've been like hovering me for like the past while here. I couldn't tell you what he wants. He's just like, he's just chilling, plopped into oblivion. It's like, goddamn, bro. Goddamn, Zukov. Anyway, here, let's see what random bullshit's happening. That isn't necessarily the same old news that we've all been checking. I have a very strong feeling that there's just going to be pretty much nothing but that, though. Still. Let's see. Yeah, it's mostly just around this shit. My god. Yeah, they're really too much. Boo. Boo. Everyone distracted because a war broke out. Boo. Everyone's just all tuned into that now. It's just like, god damn it. It's like now there ain't like now that no one else is covering other shit. Boo. It's like we know goddamn well there most certainly is other shit going down. What? Man, that dog. Man, that weird little boy. That weird little boy. What are you doing? Zukov, what is your... Can I help you? Zukov. Boy. You absurd thing.
Yeah. I understand it.
He's definitely a lot worse than Bandit. He's definitely a lot worse than Bandit. He's a huge, big fluff boy. Bandit's a little fluff boy. My goodness. What is all this yawning nonsense that I keep doing? It be some bullshit. Man, what? Is there like seriously something you need? You have the water, I got you the food. Let you out earlier. I mean, it might be it. I'll let him out here in a sec. That's for sure. Man, he's just eyeballing me. Quit your eyeball, boy. You ridiculous thing. What do I do? Where's my ladder? Oh, right there. In the light of the smoke, the wind, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. There's an Hassan clip on this whole thing. Virtual's video crane is 53 fucking minute. Oh my god. Sweet baby rays. Honestly, I've like, at least out of some of the things I've heard about, like some other people's takes about it, from what I've heard, I haven't actually heard Hassan's takes, but what I've heard, you know, he's just like, oh, he's just being a Rush apologist, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I mean, what the fuck is he saying? I mean, like, honestly. Is he just, like, being a staunch anti-war lefty type or something? It's kind of really annoying. I can't take it seriously. I still want to watch during this. Well, I mean, I haven't really seen any of his takes on this type of shit, really, so I don't know what he's said or hasn't said, I guess. And honestly, at this point, I haven't really been paying much attention to other people's takes so much, you know, aside from maybe, like, a couple people just either just indirectly just by happening to hear about it or watch someone else react to it or something, or what. Starting to see you, I'm trying to take down chatters. It's like, bro, come on. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a lot of what he ends up just having to deal with and shit, considering, you know, his popularity and shit. I mean, it's like, oh, I mean, people love watching me, you know, take down some chatters and trying to prove them wrong and shit like that. Which there's nothing really wrong with that, you know, overall, I guess. But, like, I mean, especially when there's, like, a literal fucking war going on, that's not exactly the like, my main priority, you know? Like, at least for me. Because I'm presented in full. Well, that's what I mean. I mean, because there's definitely, like, honestly, people that are spreading misinfo, like, oh, hey, you know, like, your gradients, air defenses are destroyed, or this and that, or whatever. And, like, there's definitely people that are trying to spread some bullshit, and it's like, at least, you know, taking down people that are, you know, being stupid or spreading bullshit around. But it's like, I mean, when it comes down to actually, you know, the fundamental, you know, like, trying to keep up with the situation, that's more important. Just ignoring, dude. Yeah. Just, you know, at least, you know, especially when it comes to trying to check out what the fucking, you know, situation is. I mean, it's best to just try to, you know, just find the most accurate information about that shit. Or just fuck off the people that are, you know, spreading bullshit. Go still unlocked on chatter bullshit. I mean, he definitely does. And I already generally get annoyed by people that get, like, stun locked really excessively. Like, I get that it happens, but it's just like some people, Hassan especially, honestly, like, they not only do they get stun locked, but they get stun locked from a stun lock and shit. And it's like meta stun locking. It's like, oh my god. It's like we've just kind of gotten way out of field now. No way to find if you address sensible comments, but he's getting so distracted by morons trying to trigger him, or just general idiots. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people know that he's, you know, easy to, you know, gurk at or whatever, or, you know, get under the skin of, so it's like easy to make a little stock account and just be like, oh, well, it's like, you just made this account today, bro, or whatever, you know, so. IRI has been much more watchable. Yeah, I mean, there's one stream on YouTube who I think has also been doing it on Twitch. Nemiko Network, I think. He's been doing live streams. He hasn't done any... he's been trying to keep them up, but they keep getting taken down, and I don't think... Yeah, he's not streaming anymore. But he was, like, honestly a really great little source for a lot of this shit. It was what we were watching last night and shit. So, on YouTube, yeah. Here, I can actually pull it up on screen and show you. But I think he's also been doing it on Twitch and other platforms as well. But, yeah, this guy. Because there's a lot of different little streams that he's been doing and shit here. Trying to cover everything. 17,000 people constantly refreshing his feed right now. I mean, I'm one of them, to be honest. Your channel is going around Twitter as one of the best streams out there. Yeah, like honestly, that might be accurate, honestly, because he has on, like, this guy here has actually been pretty great. Like, he does, you know, like you're saying, interactive chat, but it's more about like, hey, you know, it's like what information's being, you know, get out there. You got, you know, link sources about it and stuff, and like, cause like the little community that's kind of propped up around this dude a little bit has actually been, you know, trying to help each other out a little bit, trying to find out what's going on and shit, and also just kind of interacting with each other too. But he hasn't really, I mean, he has a stream now on YouTube, so I don't know if he's doing so on Twitch, maybe. If I click that, it'll probably just redirect me to the Twitch app. Well, I guess I could try. Let's see. Is it in our castle? What? Oh no. So, huh. Well, I wonder if he's still doing his shit. I hope so, because he was pretty good. He had like a whole little like situation room, you know, like trying to find the best cams. Like those tanks that we saw the other night and shit, just north of Crimea, near the dam to the south, I think on the Dnipro River. I mean, like, we saw that on his stream and shit. There was all sorts of crazy shit that, you know, we were able to see just watching that dude stream. It was, I mean, even when I wasn't streaming, I was just like, damn. That's too bad. I know. I mean, really, it does suck, because I was really loving, like, his stream out of all of the ones that have been, like, watching this shit, because, like, all the streams that are watching this are, like, 10,000 plus, and his was definitely no exception. In fact, I think his starting to get a lot more just on the virtue that, you know, people just really liked his streams on it. Hopefully it gets back up and running. From my understand, you got temporarily suspended on Twitch, but Twitch has rectified that. So, hopefully, he will at least be able to go back on there. Wait. What'd you say? You're gonna be able to get back on Twitch? Well, that guy. I mean, for me, I think so too. I should be able to. Am I hallucinating? Well, it didn't say anything about me specifically. But, I mean, for me too, it should be able to be the case as well. Oh shit. kind of popped in a quick little live stream Kiev right now, but it's all just kind of casual right now. In fact, there's even traffic going on. People walking around. Weird. I wonder what the updates are. What's going on in Kiev at the moment? Is there any updates? Yeah, no. The last one was just that bridge on MO6. That's the last one. It's just quiet today. Yeah, Zukov. Can I help you? You're just giving me the stare downs. Do you have to consistently continue with these stare downs on me, bro? Oh my god. And what a ridiculous little pup. My goodness. I don't know where he's running around to. Let's see if freshen page will help out. Cycling some of this other bullshit out. What are you getting into? That doesn't sound like something you should be getting into there, bud. That sounded metallic. That doesn't sound like a toy of yours. Oh, here's something that's totally, legitimately, unironically unrelated to the whole current thing everyone's tuned into. The most vile turf ever drops a painful, quote, diss track on trans women? A diss track. Oh my god. Oh man. This might be too much. Oh no. Oh, this might be too much. Can I handle this? Okay. Let's see if I can handle this. Bandits protesting immediately.
Guys, we've encountered the individual that we're about to be covering in the past. We have. Last time I covered one of her videos, I had a nosebleed on stream and had to make myself a little bit of a paper, of like a tissue tampon to put up my nose. Listen, I will say, it is ironic that me, a man, a cis man, watching a TERF video, ended up having to insert a tampon, like, apparatus to deal with bleeding.
A tampon apparatus?
Very, very funny. Okay? Can you guys admit that is a hilarious turn of events? Like, when you think about
it. A tampon apparatus, dude. What the fuck? A tampon apparatus?
Any better of a video response than that one. Okay?
What the fuck?
But as I said, this woman has since caused me, or has in the past caused me, actual physical injury by watching her videos because they're that bad. On top of that,
oh no, I'm not excited. Is this gonna cause me unironic injury too?
I actually don't know how old she is. She's probably not young, but this young lady by the name of Vanessa Vokey, who is probably just, I'd be willing to say, as far as like me seeing vitriolic, spite-driven, hate-fueled like transphobia online, I'd say Vanessa Vokey is pretty fucking up there, right? Like, you know how, like, there's, you know, you meet someone who's racist, and it's like, they say the N-word sometimes, right? But then you meet someone who's racist. And you're like, Okay, this is a different ballpark, alright?
This is a whole different
Vanessa
ball wax here,
Wilkie,
boy.
At least is like...
You're
if
not
you
just
make
doing
that
racist, you're doing
comparison,
for
alright,
racist.
There are people who are transphobic, alright? There are people out there who are transphobic, say the T-slur, think trans women aren't real women, alright? And then there are people like Vanessa Wilkie who are transphobic. Anyway, she is currently on her third YouTube alt, I believe now. The YouTube account she had previously, last time I responded to her channel, has since been banned, and she is now on a brand new account, which she has since grown to almost 4,000 followers, where she was last time.
Now I'm wondering, how did she get banned? I wonder what she could have said for that to be the case.
For videos. Now, ban evasion on YouTube, especially when you are on your third ban evading account, is against YouTube's terms of service. Their community guidelines, their rules, okay? And there is a way in which you can, as a YouTube viewer, leave a special comment for YouTube only to read about what you think of a given channel if you think that maybe YouTube might not like it very much. This isn't breaking the rules, this isn't against the rules or anything, this is absolutely what you're supposed to do. They've got a button for it. You click these three little dots, you press this little flag, and you basically click anything having to do with hate speech, anything having to do with misinformation, and anything having to do with harassment or ban evading, because those are all things she's doing. So go leave a special comment on this video if you feel inclined to help Vanessa Wilkie get to her fourth YouTube banned alt account. So let's hop right on into this. This song is called Pronouns, a Rohypnol. Sing-along version. I don't...
Wait, what? Pronouns are Rohypnol? What the fuck does that even mean? What?
Sing-along version? I'm not going to sing along. Do you guys want me to sing along, chat?
No.
Uh-oh, my nose is getting itchy already. That's not a good sign.
Oh no!
Oh no. Not when we look back in the past. Not a good sign for my nose to start itching this early on in a Vanessa Wilkie video.
I'm nervous. Is my nose gonna be okay?
You can probably sing better than I'm.
Am I gonna be okay? I'm scared.
Play this song after the Vanessa one. I've time-stamped it at the start at the right time. Oh shit, Mr. Beard made a video about it? Okay. Yeah, we gotta play that shit. Thank you, Lonnie. Fucking based. Alright, with that said, we're gonna hop right into this. Now, I do have to admit, for a while, the title confused me. Okay,
okay, yeah, I am too. I just want to, like, commentate on, like, this weird thing she's doing. Like, she's on, like, a pedestrian sidewalk, like, bicycle sidewalk thing, looking like a bunch of protesters. Like, this just looks sad. If you're gonna look like you're a bunch of protesters or something, you need a bigger crowd, yo.
Oh. Now,
you need like 40 or 50 people at least, or something.
There's another chemical name for it, or there's like a medication name. Okay, so generally, like, you'll have like a chemical name for a medicine, and then the medication name for the medicine, right? And Rohypnol is the chemical name for a like it's a date rape drug. Oh yeah, it is. Wait, I was thinking Rohypnol is a thing for insomnia because for a while.
Wait, so pronouns are a date rape drug? That still doesn't even make sense.
Look up things
that still don't make sense.
Sleep at a reasonable hour, and then I'd hear take some Rohypnol all the fucking time. I'd be like, okay.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I'm getting ready. In fact, I need if he starts this while I'm smoking ball and pausing.
That's a very interesting name of a song. Now, the signs that the lovely women and gentlemen behind Vanessa Wilkie here are holding up say the following: why are men in women's prisons? I don't think there are any men in women's prisons. I think there's just women, cis women, and trans women, right? There's no men in there. Women locked in with...
Yeah, wait, what? I didn't even read these signs yet. Oh, well, the one he read was beyond the chat. Why are men and women's... Yeah, wait, what? That also doesn't make sense. Like, there's women's correctional facilities, and then there's just... well, men's correctional facilities. Like, I mean, it honestly, if there's any element of society that probably does bear some merit in maybe segregation, is probably that. Because if there's, if you got like a prison that has like, people that have sexual assault charges, and they're also in a prison facility with women, well, that's you're just asking for really, really bad shit to happen. Like, so, it's, I mean, it doesn't like eliminate it, but it really helps minimize, problems like that. So, I mean, like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, oh my god, are these like some of the actual arguments that these TERFs make? Or at least like the TERFs and shit that are just like unhinged about it? Women locked in with rapists? Huh? Is that also trying to imply that like trans people / I guess men in this case who are just all of them who are in what I mean, also like in women's correctional facilities there's definitely women that are in prison and shit for rape, so yeah, there's probably going to be a woman who's going to be locked up with in a cell with another woman who's probably done a rape. Like chances not as much in comparison if it was like a man sharing a cell with another guy, but like still, I mean that it'd still be a probability. I can't even read that one back. Safe spaces for females. Okay, whatever. Have fun with yourself. Gender self ID harms what? How? Oh God.
I don't know what this is referencing. I don't think that generally our society is advocating for women to be locked in rooms with rapists or anything, so that doesn't really seem to be a thing. Here's an interesting one. This is my favorite sign, and I can't see the face of who's holding it up, but I think I know who it is. I'm almost certain I know who it is. Just by seeing like the side of his head, and it's saying that he's transgender, and this being someone who I'm pretty sure is a dude, I don't think it's Calvin Gara. I think it might be that Mars dude. Small, true scum trans dude YouTuber who I got into a spat with in the past, who refused to debate me and like pussied out and ran away from a debate with me, with either me or Bosch, and then just ended up sort of melting into obscurity. I think it might be that Mars dude. I've only seen the guy once since that interaction we had. He didn't exactly like blow up since. Are those pants on backwards? No, they're just kind of funny looking pants. But anyway, I think that might be who it is. I think this person's a trans dude, just kind of based off of like the person says they're transgender and presenting in a way that would be quite masculine, so that's the implication I'm getting. I'm transgender, and it's disgraceful to fake it. What an interesting sign. Safe spaces for females.
Disgraceful to fake it? Huh? These signs don't make sense.
When TERF ideology is basically like one shit nugget away from being conservatism, it is pretty ironic when they advocate for...
I mean, a lot of it is kind of conservative talking points and shit. I mean, it's just more about, like, it's just kind of like a more social conservative view of feminism, basically. It's, where it's just like, we have to protect, where it's just like this weird idea, I don't even know, it's just like this weird idea of, like, we have to protect, the sanctity of women and shit, and womanhood or whatever the fuck, but it's like from this weird, like, social conservative, social-conservative-esque, like, feminism and shit. It's just like, what?
Spaces, okay? When they
kind of
have
is,
signs
honestly,
advocating for literal safe spaces, and their ideology is one shit nugget away from conservatism, that is pretty funny. And then we have another one here. Gender self-identification harms women. I would love to hear this young lady explain to me exactly how gender self-ID could possibly harm a woman. In like any realistic scenario, or how it actually has harmed any women in the past. I'd be very curious to learn. Anyway, prepare to kill yourselves, chat. I have a pocket knife right here, so I'm gonna go put that all the way over there, so it's nice and out of reach. I expect you all do the same with any sharp objects or things that could potentially be used to hurt or maim or kill yourself with, because we're about to indulge in some self-harm.
I got this.
Listen, you guys don't need razor blades or knives for this. Watching this video alone will be all
Does a
the
spoon work?
self-harm
Does
you
a
do.
fork work? Should I...
I can't, dude. The first fucking thing I hear is you can't hear any of the fucking lyrics or music because she decided to film this in front of a fucking interstate, apparently, and there's like 50 cars a second going by. Not the ukulele? Yeah, it's a ukulele. You better believe it. The ukulele is like the easiest fucking instrument to learn outside of the fucking skin flute and the and like a normal flute. Okay. Listen, and I do consider dicks to be instruments, okay? Because if you put your mouth on them the right way, then you can make someone make weird noises. At least, if you watch porn, that's how it happens. All right. It's hard.
What porn is he watching? What the fuck?
Anyway, ukulele is like one of the easier,
It honestly
to learn,
is.
so it's not exactly.
It's not that hard to learn.
Uh-oh. Who said that? There's not even any rhymes. She hasn't even, like, done a single rhyme. Okay? She hasn't even rhymed any lines yet.
I'm speechless. I'm surprised he's able to respond to this, because I am speechless. Like, you couldn't record this in a studio and then just, like, have earbuds in or have, like, a little speaker and just play over it, you know, here. So then when in post you're fucking editing the video, it looks like you're still playing the song, but it's just in studio. Like, it's not that fucking hard. Like, even being in this goddamn fucking, like, garage would work way better than this shit. Like, the fuck is the... Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, my God. I can't... Like, I haven't even begun to, like, even, like, try to dissect anything else. It's just... the editing is just so shit. If it wasn't for the fucking, like, lyrics on the screen, like, I legit wouldn't understand what the fuck she's trying to say. There's wind and cars going by, like... It's just like... What... like, you couldn't just do... like, two basic fucking things? Like, McFuck. Like, yo.
A necessity in... Okay, tell me. Alright, maybe it's just because literally the only... Yeah, and she's playing the 3 ukulele chords, okay? Guys, look up ukulele chords, and it's the same thing she's playing, okay? Every single person who knows how to play one thing on ukulele knows this exact fucking note, okay? I know because I've seen a million people...
Well, it's not a note, it's chord.
...playing ukulele, and they
a chord is multiple notes.
Note, and it looks the same every time they play it, and it sounds the same every time they play it. Because it's
they're...
a miniature guitar. It's tiny as fuck and as easy as fuck chords to hit, okay?
And either has 3 or 4 strings,
I could probably learn to play, less than a month, I could learn to play what she's playing right now. It's not exactly that hard, but I hate music, so I'm not learning it. Where did I hear this?
Shame on you.
This was like a video Demon Mama covered. Was it Lily Cade? I have no idea what you're talking about, the guy who could. This is Vanessa Vokey. What? For those of you guys that didn't know, by the way, Vanessa Vokey is also a swerf. Who would have thought? She is very anti-porn, very anti-sex worker. I want to be clear here, by the way.
Oh my God! So she's just a fucking conservative. Like, so she's just a fucking conservative then. Like, honestly, like, I mean, like, the idea that there's, like, these, like, quote, progressives who are just, like, swerfs and turfs and, you know, or combination of shit, it's bullshit to me. Like, no, it's like, fuck you, no you're not, quit lying to yourself, you're a fucking conservative. It's like, oh, I'm okay if the gays, as long as they don't, you know, get a little too dirty. Oh, I'm okay with, you know, all that, but, oh, sex work and, you know, porn and all that stuff, don't be so dirty, You gotta be nice and preppy and proper. You gotta conform a little bit. It's like, no, fuck that. You're just being conservative at that point. It's just like, so, you know, like, I mean, it's just you're being a very soft, you know, just being softy about it. But, like, this is just, like, not even being softy about it. It's just conservatism right here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I guarantee you she probably thinks she's, like, some progressive, like, turf, you know, feminist or some shit, when in reality she's just a fucking slimy little conservative that tries to play the liberal card, basically. She's doing a Dave Rubin. She's pulling the like, oh, I'm actually a liberal, you know, progressive type, but, oh, fuck those turfs and fuck those sex workers, though, because they're all, like, rabid rapists and women abusing, you know, deviant, you know, fetishists or some shit, or whatever the fuck she said earlier. I mean, it's like, give me a fucking break. The idea that, like, these, you know, people are trying to, like, protect the sanctimony of women and shit. It's like, give me a fucking break. You're doing, like, this bitch is doing more fucking harm to women than, you know, any fucking sex worker or turf, or, like, or not turf, or fucking, you know, trans person has ever fucking done in their life. Like, because, honestly, I guarantee you there isn't. There isn't harm in it, in being a sex worker and shit, unless it's like the black market underground shit, but at that point it's not, you know, sex work, that's just more like sex trafficking at that point. But, I mean, it's just, you know, so when it comes just down to the general sex worker, like, oh, you make some money making, you know, videos on Pornhub, or whatever the fuck. Like, that's kind of, like, you know, it's being supportive of that type of shit, and being like, yeah, I mean, cool, you do you, boo, type of shit, like, that's being more of an aggressive / lib about it than this shit. I mean, that doesn't, you know, harm, you know, the fucking people doing that shit. Like, if anything, it helps benefit them, because they're making money. It's like, yeah, what, you want them to, like, not make a fucking income because you rather them, like, either be, like, some housewife or some shit, or being working, like, you know, some sort of, like, 9-to-5 fucking job, like, you know, being worked off like a fucking mule. It's like, fuck you. It's like, fuck that shit.
To acknowledge the abusive systems of power, the exploitation.
I mean, I will say this, like, I mean, this first time I heard about this turf, Vanessa, whatever, but oh my god, what a worm.
Like, mental side effects that can be caused by, like, porn addiction or over-frequent consumption of porn, right? People that, you know, like, there are sex workers who are having a bad time in the porn. Like, there is absolutely plenty to call out about porn and the porn industry, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
However,
I mean, there's definitely abuses that happen.
If you are of the opinion that the porn industry is victimizing women, then your advocation should never, ever be about dunking on sex workers, because that's what it always comes out to be, right? Swerves will say, like, they'll say they care about women being abused in the sex work industry, and yet when you see swerve posts, it's always quote tweeting random sex workers who they claim to be advocating for, shit talking them because they have an OnlyFans or because they have a Pornhub account or something like that, right? Like, you've seen it, right?
Which, coincidentally, and curious enough, is actually doing more harm to women versus, you know, not. Because, if anything, they're, you know, like, into, like, harassing and, you know, fucking on these people for just doing what they enjoy. And it's like, what, you don't think that's, like, you know, some, you know, way to try to, like, you know, maybe, like, try to harm their reputation or try to harm, you know, their general, like, you know, like, just personal mental health, too, as well, from, you know, the stress of, you know, the constant harassment and shit like that. I mean, you know, it's, like, there's a lot of different forms, you know, that can come into play with that, on top of just the general bigotry and, hatred that, you know, does, you know, come out of that when it comes to, you know, like, things like hate crimes and shit. So there's a lot of, you know, variables that come into play with that type of shit. And, you know, these same motherfuckers will be like, oh, we actually want to try to help protect and, you know, uplift women and blah, 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 blah. but when push comes to shove, they're actually, you know, doing more harm to them. Go figure.
Hey, you guys want to see it? Look at literally any of Merrick's quote tweets. Merrick is like the most prominent sex worker in the lefty sphere right now. If you want to see like the most exaggerated form of this, look at Merrick. Literally any hate comment Merrick gets on Twitter that isn't from a crazy woke scold, okay? And you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about there. Swerf's freaking the fuck out and actually attacking the women who they claim to be defending. I thought it was Mia Khalifa. Listen, apparently Mia Khalifa now is kind of swerfy, but I've also heard contradictions to that she's not. But I do know for a fact that she got massively fucked over in her time in the porn industry, because Mia Khalifa is now probably the most recognizable, like, porn actress on Earth, I'd say. Like, if you ask me, name a porn actress, I'd say Mia Khalifa. First thing. I think a lot of people would probably say the same thing as well. And she got fucked over. What'd she make from her entire, like, time doing those porn videos, right? Like, didn't she make, like, 12 grand or something from all of that?
Jesus, damn.
I don't think Mia's swerfy. I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. I've just heard it from a lot of people in my chat. And, frankly, I don't care enough about Mia Khalifa in 2022 to seek that out. Mia made, like, not a lot. Yeah, she got really scammed. There's absolutely, like, stuff to call out there, but every time Swerfs and Turfs do call it out, it just ends up being them harassing random women who do sex work, instead of, like, doing what I just did, which was actually, like, reasonably and non-sensationally list problems in the sex work industry that exist, referenced real instances and examples of it happening, and now you guys probably have a more nuanced and better opinion of porn, sex, and possible porn addiction than you did previously. That will never happen from the advocacy or the words of someone like Vanessa Voki. You will never,
because that's not what conservatism is about. It's not actually having a critical, nuance, you know, thought out position on a thing. It's just having a very gut knee-jerk reaction to it and trying to uphold like a more traditionalist sense of values, you know, on top of it. I mean, it's mainly pretty much, you know, what really comes down to fundamentally.
Vanessa Voki video having a more nuanced, better opinion than you did coming in. Like, Jesus. I guess maybe if no, I stand by that. I completely stand by that statement.
It's a cycle of the moods and tides. What? This shit straight doesn't not rhyme. And also, like, says who? You? Because, yeah, like, female as a gender and shit is, an identity. Like, too bad, so sad for you.
The moon and tide, the life-giving and the bleeding.
Wait, she's actually doing, it's about, being a woman is about giving, I do love this, by the way. When Swerfs and Turfs say that, like, being a woman, or gender just generally, isn't your identity, it's then lists things that, like, tons of cis women all around the world don't do. There are cis women who don't have periods. There are cis women who cannot give childbirth. When you essentialize womanhood to that, you are creating a definition of woman that has shit tons of exceptions that you would not consider to be exceptions if you met them and talked to them and, like, knew who they were. Like, if Vanessa Voki walked up to a random cis woman who had, like, a hysterectomy, I don't think she'd say you're not a real woman, right? Or if she walked up to a random cis woman who was born without a uterus, or born without eggs or fallopian tubes or whatever, some born with thing that made it so that your female sexual organs don't function in the way that they normally would, I don't think Vanessa Voki would say you're not a real woman to that cis woman. Clearly.
I mean, most definitely not. I mean, because honestly, that's the kind of the problem about essentializing, you know, sex in this way, even for the male side of things too, because like it pretty much kind of excludes a lot of other people, you know, even if they are more of a minority group, just on the, you know, virtue of the rarity of genetic mutation. I mean, it's just like, there's, still, like, a lot of different people that have all sorts of various different, whether genetic or not, variables that come into play that, don't necessarily fit into that criteria. I mean, but yet, nonetheless, are still, exist, all in all. And it's just like, are those people, whether they're male or female, like, man or woman, like, does this suddenly exclude them out of that, equation? Like, because they definitely will say, oh, no, it doesn't. But with their definition of it, it would. So it's like, what? There's exceptions to the rule, so why can't there be exceptions to the rule, beyond that? Goes right back to essentialist shit, but it's like, you still have exceptions, bitch. Like, I mean, you can't just, like, accept, like, a few other shit and be like, well, this doesn't count. Like, that's not how reality works.
Actual standard that she sets. Not to mention, as I mentioned before, pretty funny.
I mean, plus there's straight up, like, different animals that, just utterly prove the whole essentialist argument wrong anyway. Like, there's all sorts of animals that have different genders on top of different fucking, sexes and shit. And there's, like, some species of lizard that are literally just all one sex, like, all female, or, so it's just like, I mean, it just, that in itself is like slapping it in the face of the whole, like, essentialist argument about this type of shit. It's just like, so we're, it's like, so how's that all come in play? Is it just, just another realm of the natural world? But if that's the case, then so would, the differences in our own sex here, in our own species. So again, slaps it right in the fucking face. It's like,
My last video watching her, I started bleeding and had to wrap up a tissue and stick it up my nose like a tampon to catch all the blood. Listen, I know the bleeding feeling, okay, Vanessa? I have chronic nosebleeds, all right? I bleed more than most cis women do on their period. I guarantee it. I guarantee I bleed more than any woman on this fucking earth does on her period regularly, okay? Like, when I have a nosebleed, which is basically
oh my god, that's a claim.
I shower lately, it is handfuls of blood. Handfuls of blood going down the... I had a nosebleed in the shower right before stream. Nosebleed in the shower right before stream. Had a nosebleed yesterday. I got an old nose... I literally have a tissue from last night's nosebleed in my trash can right now. I've been having nosebleeds, like, multiple times a day.
He was half tempted to show it. Oh my god.
I don't know why, but it's been, like, a lot of nosebleeds lately. But with that said...
I want to try to check up on that there, Zan.
Isn't a woman by how much blood comes out of their body per month. Because, let's just say, if that was the standard that we're setting, Vanessa, then I'm more of a woman than you are. Guaranteed.
Oh.
We can measure it. We can measure it, okay? If you and I, listen, if you want to do a free bleeding competition, we can do a free bleeding competition. Put all of our clothes into individual piles, like at the end of the month, and see which pile is more red. I say that would be an interesting competition in Roblox. Oh, God.
Wow, sweet baby rays. Wow.
What?
What? Wait, what? Babies are... What? Huh? What? Stop erasing our experiences is the next lyric. Wow, this is getting worse the more this progresses. Or I guess regresses. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, wow. I think I need to, like, before continuing, rapid fire this bowl. Like, fuck. Wow. Oh my god. This is lyrically, like, now that I'm actually, like lyrically, this is awful. Like, I don't even, like, I'm not, like, the greatest at lyrics myself either, but, like, Jesus Christ. like, take a couple weeks to fucking, like, you know, hash the lyrics out before doing this. Oh my god. Did you, like, did she write this in, like, an hour? It's like, hey, I want to make a song. Here, let's just, like, have a sing-along, you know, thing. Here, we're just gonna, like, make up some, you know, things. Here, you know, and boom, you know. It's like, what? I really don't, this is, oh my god. I don't even know. Holy shit. Oh my god. Alright, got it loaded. Oh, sweet baby rays.
Sweet baby rays. What's going on?
The function of breath.
I'm watching a, I don't even know.
You don't know how to explain it?
Yeah. Like, it's an anti-sex
Go
war. It's like a,
Go.
I mean, it's like a anti-sex worker slash, it's like a swerf and, like a turf that's, like, that made this song that is just, that's apparently, like, a sing-along and a diss track, and it's called Pronouns Are, what's it even again? Rohypnol, which I guess apparently it's a date rape drug. So I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know, dude. Here, let me just go back just ever so slightly.
Okay, if you and I listen, if you want to do a free,
Here.
Are being told that they
Oh shit! Here we go.
what?
Oh, here we go. Here we
Oh
go.
God.
don't call us soma owners. Babies are not fed by our chefs. Stop
What?
erasing our experiences and stop sexualizing the function of breath.
Stop sexualizing our breasts.
The functions of breasts.
Oh, the functions of breasts. What fucking world do we live in?
I don't know. It's quite a timeline, isn't it? Oh my god, I knew you'd kind of enjoy this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but that's what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Suck my girlfriend's titties right after this stream.
That was great. Suck my
Despite
girlfriend.
Vanessa Goki.
Younger gays are being
I mean, hey, you know,
I like them. They are very.
I know. It's
tasteful.
like, how dare you sexualize the functions of those breasts? How dare you, you fucking swine, you.
You wanna know the funniest comment I've ever heard in my fucking entire life when I started realizing girls? Everybody's like, tits and vagina rule the world. I said, no, they fucking don't. They said, yeah, they do. You like them, don't you? I said, yeah. They're like, there's your point. Tits and vagina rule the fucking world, dude. Girls make you do fucking stupid shit. Look at Harley. Mine doesn't make me do stupid shit. It's just because I've been with her for fucking 5
Yeah.
years. Or 6 years. But
born in the wrong.
realizing that she fucked up twice, I fucked up once, and she left me. She left me
Yeah.
twice, and then I forgot her birthday, and she dumped me.
Damn.
Yeah, so I can't forget her birthday anymore. You know why?
Hmm.
I won't be able to get into my phone, or my tablet, or my watch.
Uh-oh.
No, literally, her birthday is 5/9. What?
Oh my
Poopy? So yeah, I paid my credit card, and my old AT&T bill. But now I'm fucking screwed.
Because now you're out.
I've been out of money anyway.
Yeah.
No, because when federal comes in, I have to pay T-Mobile $1,140.
What the fuck?
My phone was $900. My watch was $400 and something. 2 pairs of earbuds, 1 battery charger, another battery charger. Which
Don't they have like a monthly plan thing that you can pay it off with in that way?
No.
What the fuck?
I canceled my phone because the phone I have now isn't AT&T or isn't T-Mobile. It's AT&T.
Well, sweet baby motherfucking race. My goodness.
Dude, they were fucking me over.
Well, yeah.
My payment for my phone was like $20-something a month.
Ooh.
My watch payment was like $18.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's why I, like, you know, quit doing with that. Because, honestly, like, Metro BCS is a lot better with it when it comes to that type of shit.
My cell phone I have now, guess how much the price tag is on that?
Not like 400? 200? What?
You're way off. Keep on going.
What? Up or down?
Up.
Oh, God. 800?
Try a little bit more.
1,000?
I'm at 11.
Jesus.
But I had an iPhone 11. Since mine is a 12, I traded my 11 in for $700 credit on my phone.
Hmm.
My tablet, $400.
Well, it's not that bad.
My watch, like 200.
Well, nah, that's not really as bad either.
Well, it's not as bad as what I'm doing when the 14 comes out.
Yeah.
When the 14 comes out, I'm trading my phone in to get the 14.
Yeah.
The reason my phone is so big is because it's the Max Pro. It's a bigger screen. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. So there are a lot of different types of turfs, okay? You've got the deranged, like, trad wife turfs, you know? Like, the conservative trad wives that have somehow managed to rebrand what they are into feminism somehow, but really all it is just, like, basing your entire womanhood on being, like, a baby maker and like, hating trans women and infantilizing trans men, and I guess just generally shitting on non-binary people. The funny thing is, by the way, when people like this go up and they start raising hell about Trudeau put rapists in women's prison. Like, look at this girl right here. Look at her doing her little girl boss sachet walk. Look at
What the fuck? I didn't even notice that.
sachet walk with her sign.
She's doing like some sort of like.
This is why we have to make white women extinct, by the way, okay? This is why I listened to that one deranged email that Destiny fans sent him about white women every single night before I go to sleep. Because I need to hear it sometimes. Just a girl boss sachet walk. That is the absolute
Sachet walk.
best way to describe exactly the stance this woman is doing.
A sachet
Do not even
walk.
try to argue that is not the best way to describe it. Can I be saved as a white woman? You're all right, actual T. Okay, you're a lefty, so you're not even white.
Only purpose to try to lie about his sex. What?
Okay. Yeah. What does the trans community
Wait, Matt? What?
Vanessa? You know that, like, the entire LGBT plus community fucking hates maps, right? You know that, like,
You know what maps are, right?
some
Yeah,
of the most
I know what they
notorious
are.
map dunkers in this entire
Like,
sphere,
like, there's like
clear
nobody
trans,
that
right?
pretty much is like, you know, okay
half
with
the
them.
time
You know,
when I like
honestly,
a tweet
it's
from
like.
somebody that's like raising awareness to mass support.
I mean, I've never met anybody that is, and usually if I have seen people
like,
or whatever,
the person making
they're always usually like, you know,
awareness raising
surrounded by
post,
people
person
just
trying
who
to
are
get, like,
always
the
dunking on
map
them.
shit taken
Usually.
down. I hover over their fucking bio, they got a trans flag in that bio. Hell, even Blair White dunks on maps, okay? Even Blair White, the most I would argue the most hateable trans person on Earth, alright? The most hateable trans person on Earth, Blair White. Even she fucking dunks on maps and pedophiles, okay? Trust me, even the worst trans people are not in favor of pedophilia. And even the trans people who are in favor of pedophilia, it doesn't have anything to do with them being trans. It has to do with the fact that sometimes you can have like a population of people, and then you can have another population of people, and those two populations of people can have a little bit of Venn diagram crossover without that meaning that those two groups of people are literally like like circles on top of each other, you know? Like,
trying to get my
like
lap?
they're seeing like a Venn diagram where like maybe 2 or 3%, maybe probably less, of like the circles are overlapping, and what she's interpreting that as is 2 circles perfectly on top of each other. Okay, she is completely equating like.
Let him on your lap.
And or in favor of being trans as being a groomer, I guess. I will say, by the way, how cucked did you have to be apparently a trans dude on the sidewalk behind a turf, holding up a sign in support of said turf as she calls you a pedophile? That might be the most cucked shit I've ever seen, okay? That is beyond cucked.
Oh shit. God, you're fucking heavy.
All I want to say, by the way, is Vanessa Voki has refused to come on my stream and debate me about any of the things she said.
No, you're not getting up. You're laying down.
I literally offered, I think if you go back and watch my video, I think I offered, I will debate Vanessa Voki on anything. She doesn't have to send me, like, her take or what she wants to debate on. I will debate her on whatever she wants to come on stream and debate her on. I am that confident that I would leave her crying in the shower for the next week at how fucking brutally I would annihilate her in said debate. Listen, guys, if you want to see me be mean to somebody, you would want to see the debate I'd have with Vanessa Voki, okay? Because most of the time, even when I debate like a conservative transphobe,
you little baby,
they're most of the time, at least, I feel like there's a plausible idea that like their transphobia is rooted in just like ignorance, you know? Like if I just talk to them long enough, if I just like made them understand, then they'd change their opinion. That's happened a lot.
Zukov is only like 45 or 50.
Voki, on the other hand, I believe is someone who acts in bad faith. If you're on like your 3rd banned alt account for hate speech, if you are actively avoiding any form of actual engagement or debate with the ideas that you propagate and that you claim to be the only one telling the truth,
I might want to turn this down.
You are not deserving of any respect whatsoever, and you're not going to be like moved anywhere. If I were to debate Vanessa Voki, it would probably be the meanest I've ever been in a debate. Probably way meaner than I was to the Horny Police. You guys remember the Horny Police debate? I'd be way meaner than I was in that one. And I got mean in that one towards the end, I feel like. At least as mean as I get. And I'm not a mean person. I'm really not. Like, I'm not a mean person at all. At least I don't think I am, most of the time. I can get angry, but I don't think I'm mean, like, inherently.
Share this song with all your friends, especially the one with his dick.
Hey, by the way,
What the fuck?
I don't mind if you guys take arguments from my videos to use yours, by the way.
Tuck?
If you guys are, like, influenced by my channel to start making content...
Oh, man. Those lyrics are so rich and so just
fine.
Juicy. Oh, my God.
Argument. That's okay, guys. Did you guys know that even if you learned an argument or a fact from somebody who also does what you do, that doesn't mean that you're stealing if you use that fact in a debate or in a video. You just know that fact now and are reiterating that fact you learned. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. I won't be mad at you. I'm not going to call you like a Zan clone. I'm not going to
You're a fucking
you out on Twitter for like aping my talking points or something.
Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm a little cold and you'll be at like the foot of my bed. I'll just like grab him and drag him up next to me and just hold him and
like you're a heater.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. He just kind of lets it happen.
Me. Of all people, I know what it's like to be constantly baselessly accused of copying someone with, like, fan fiction constantly being written about me all the time. I'm not going to get mad at you about that. Don't worry, chat.
Thank you!
Ew.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think I heard a single rhyme in that song. Okay?
I don't think there was a rhyme.
I probably could have written... You know what? I could probably write... In the duration of starting now to the end of the stream, I could probably write a satirical song about trans people that would make both trans people and transphobes laugh. I bet I could do that in the amount of time that's left in the stream. If I just I bet I could write at least like a verse, like a few verses that would make both sides laugh, and it wouldn't be hateful. I bet I could. It's not hard. You can do satirical...
Honestly, it's not really hard at all.
Anybody who's watching that just thinks that what Vanessa Vokey was doing here was just like a meme or a joke, and it's not actual political activism, or she's not actually advocating for ideas she holds. Even if this was just a meme or a joke, it would be the worst execution imaginable, because this just wasn't funny, wasn't catchy, and frankly, even if she is trying to push an ideology...
And also, it was just horribly edited. Like, she recorded basically what looked like she was outside next to a street. Like, you can hear the wind, like, you were hearing of it, like, the wind, and there was cars passing by. It's just like, I mean, because I was saying...
Where the fuck are you?
Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, it's like, you can't just, like, you know, record a studio recording, you know, maybe have a speaker off camera, and just, like, you know, play to the studio version of it for the video, and then just edit it, you know, the audio to the studio recording in post, you know, over the video, so it looks like you're just still playing the studio recording and shit. Like, I mean, you could have done all sorts of other bullshit, you know, to at least imply that, you know, you can at least hear the damn song. But you just, like, honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I can, like, you know, look at the lyrics, I could only really understand mostly near the end of it, because the person with the camera is actually starting to get closer to her, because you could barely hear her. So it's just like, yikes. It was just such, like, such poor execution, like, all the way through. Just,
and overall, I'd say that this video probably pushed me more towards being pro-trans than being anti-trans, okay? I am more... Listen, Vanessa Vokey, you have failed in your mission. I am now more pro-trans, having watched this song.
He's ready to...
Because now, I want to support
Hold on, you can do it.
Off.
Good boy,
like,
come on.
goddamn. You absolutely botched the job there. Anyway, if you enjoyed that song, you probably didn't, but, oh, wait, yes, play Jazz Dog song? I won't in just a minute. Play this first. Wait, do you want me to end this segment first? Play it first. Okay, chat.
Too bad. Oh.
I'm going back to it.
Oh, get away. There we go. Alright, Soups. Up. 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 Stand up. Good boy. Oh, you almost got it. That was my bad. I kind of let that slip off to the left. But, wow. That song was very exceptional. Oof. I'm still trying to get over the Rohypnol thing. Like, it was only mentioned literally once, and it was at the very beginning of the song, and it just... It made no sense. Like, none of that shit made any sense. It's, ugh. Well, certainly a lame-ass fucking... just execution of everything about that. Most certainly, indeed. Oh, derps, you gotta love them. It's only 1 in the morning, but it feels like it's been going on for a while. Probably just because I've been doing all sorts of, fuck off. Whoops. Probably mainly because, probably just been streaming a lot. Mainly just because of all this Ukraine shit, too. I know, for like the last 24 some hours, I've been doing a lot of streaming. More so than I usually do, I feel like. Yeah. Oh shit. About an hour ago, Sumy Territorial Defense captured a Russian soldier. Oh damn. Look at this guy. Well, look at this fella right here. If my screens want to pop up here. Do they? Do they want me... Do they want to work? Come on. Come on. Screens. One of you. One of these goddamn... What the fuck? Well, ugh. For McFuck's sake. Really? There we go. Okay. So I got that dude. Do this. Not a possible Iskander ballistic missile launch from Belgorod towards Ukraine. Whoa. Where is this at? Yeah, show them out. Belgorod. Oh, that's just north of Kharkiv. Ooh. Against Ukraine. Citizens assuming repelling Russian army. Really? I'll check that in a second. Here's that guy. Supplies 200 Stinger anti-aircraft missiles to Ukraine. Mystery just announced that they're going that way as soon as possible. Okay, here, let's check this. Let's see this. Transit tweet. Armed Sumi residence attack. Victory's behind us. Yeah. Oh shit. I want to keep showing this because they're just right there. I'll just do this actually. And it's just all fucking quiet. And then some car just drives by. Oh my god. Damn, dude. Actually, I want to send this real quick. There we go. It's been a while since I've seen one of those bots. Here, I'll see where specific this was. But that was more near the north side. And near the same area they captured that Russian soldier too. I'm actually curious about if there's more pictures of that guy. Or if it's a video or something. Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's just a photo. He has socks. He doesn't even have his boots. I didn't even notice that. Where did your boots go, bud? Did you lose them? Kind of strange boots. I don't even know if those are boots. They look like socks. Someone had a little tweet saying it looked like just weird boots or something, but it's just like they don't really look like that. Yeah, but looks like that firefight was pretty close to where that Russian was captured as well. I mean, all in all, I mean, it seems like, you know, again, as more news comes out, it seems more positive than negative, you know, for the Ukrainian people and shit. Especially if they keep capturing different troops and, you know, keep, you know, fucking raking in on all these, soldiers and shit. Especially if a lot of the Sumy residents that, you know, picked up a couple guns themselves. Who's so cool, baby? Look at you. Look at you, you little sweet thing. Look at you. Oh my god. You sweet little puppo. Look at you being so cute. Why are you so adorable? Why are you just the most handsome little boys? Don't tell parents that. But you truly are the most sweetest of boys. Oh, you sweet thing. You sweet little thing. Too cute. Too cute. Look like I'm about to like slouch over and pass out, bro. Silly little dog. Any more updates? Yeah, not too much. Well, probably, yeah. We'll load one more little bull, at least for this fine evening. Probably pop up in here in the morning, see how things are turning out, all that fun shit. All that fun stuff. Oh, little Zukov, you pretty boy. You just look so sweet. You need to stop being that way. It's too much. It's ridiculous. What are you looking at? What could he be possibly looking at there, bud? Aww. Sweet little thing. You look like you want a little nap. That little face. That sweet little face. You sweet little handsomeness. They gonna flop? Yeah, that's a plane. That's a turboprop that's flying overhead. Yeah. Suka. Oh, that pretty face. Oh, just so cute. Just so cute. Just so damn cute. It's so damn sweet. It's just ridiculous. And he needs to just seriously get over himself and knock it off with the cuteness. It's too much. It's too sweet. It's unbearable. It's like my goodness. He's loving this chair. He just loves sitting in it. You're just the ridiculous little boy. Too cute. Too cute. There we go. Alright, buddy. Get that bowl smoked out. And call good. Oh, you little Sokov. Groom yourself a little bit, you sweet little thing. Anyway, peace out. And of course, I'll be back around for that next one. So, toodaloo. At least for now.